Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to Gulf Good Vibes. We have a full house today, and our topic is on mental health and finance. So we have financial experts, we have life coaches, we have uh, business people, and educationists amongst us. And everyone is going to give their own take on what we can do, what is, and how we can go forward, cope with money matters and our mental health. Okay. So to start off with, I'm going to ask Dr. Omar.
And my take, like I suggested earlier, I've had remarks from different speakers, and everyone was kind of highlighting what is the most important one. As the business people here, it's like we have done the hard work, I'll say, and the take for the people outside there is like, instead of you starting from the fresh or from the start, from where we started from, it's better you can just join us who have already started, and maybe you don't really need to do things physically of what we are doing, but maybe you can tap into what we are already doing exactly. And in that regard, if someone is already doing a business and you feel that you are interested in being part of it, you can share your savings with that person, and that is if the vision and the plan of that person aligns with what you believe in as a person. Then that takes me also to having hope. I think Mr. Ihab also highlighted of people not being hopeful in terms of things that they believe in. And you find that people, as much as they may have the money, they may have all the knowledge and all that, but if they lack the hope, then they may not want to be part of anything that will lead them to success in life. So, to me, have hope in tomorrow's life, and also the community level. We have seen different communities forming different circles in terms of saving, whereby they save money as groups and they agree on what they want to invest in, whether locally here in Qatar or in other parts of the world. So I will encourage that it is a good initiative, as much as you align and you have common goals and objectives. So as people come together, save money, formulate different projects that you think you can invest in, then go ahead and do it. So forming circles, it is a good initiative, and also having a will to start business not as individuals but as groups, because it saves the pressure, it reduces the burden in the long run, and you win as a team in the long run. Thank you.
I think sometimes, from what everybody has said, we put ourselves under pressure. Each and every one of us has said something to that effect. If we knew how to budget, if we knew how to live for today, if we knew how to play as a team, if we knew how to ask questions, if we knew how to listen to others, if we knew how to consider how to save, that would make things a whole lot easier for us. Thank you. Before I come to you, Majid, Arij has something to add.
About the problems that we all face in our lives. Sometimes we should look in what we believe, our beliefs, because some people they have limiting beliefs that give them problems in life. And those beliefs, limiting beliefs, might come from culture, experiences, or even from our families, as I said, from my own experiences. Like for example, some people they keep saying and complaining that we will never have enough money, they keep comparing themselves with rich people, and they keep saying rich people are greedy. Those are limiting beliefs, so we should focus on those beliefs. We should start from finding and identifying them, then reframing them so they can align with our goals and with our healthy mindsets.
With each and everything that everybody's adding to the conversation, filters we were taught, correct? And here they are. Thank you. Majid, over to you.
Earlier, I had shared an idea with Dr. Omar. Um, I can put my knowledge uh, to encourage people to be their own self and their own business owner. My platform, what I do, actually, I can create their legal licensing to build their own business uh, within themselves. Yani, they don't need people who needs partner. They can be a group. People who needs individual, they can do it. And especially those who's in the middle age or who's already in the country for more than 10 years, probably they are already in the, as Dr. Omar said, they have some savings and they don't have a time to invest it. They could use maybe other people names in the creation of the company. There's maybe brother, maybe son, maybe putting this together and build up this small structure that can be additional pipeline for them. I'm offering it with a personal and attention from myself and my team to the community in order to maintain the good vibes on it.
I can see smiles around the room.
Add on Majid's statement. Uh, as much as Majid is offering himself and we, the business people, are offering ourselves and our skills, our knowledge to the community, this is an appeal as well to the community that most of the good things you seek them, anything that you want to achieve, you seek it, you go for it. So as much as you have the savings and you could be having some knowledge of what you want to do, seek those people you think that you want to deal with or you want to invest in with, because most of these people are kind of occupied, they're busy, they have different pressures they're dealing with. So unless someone who is seeking for their help or assistance and involvement is the one who is going to find them. So I will appeal to the community, seek these business people that you want to deal with, ask them questions. Once they have all those questions answered, then start dealing with them. But don't wait for them to come and ask you, do you want to invest with me? Do you want to deal with me in this and all that? No, you're going to have to play a role as well. Stand up, go knock on that door, seek the information. And if someone aligns with your vision and purpose, then go for it. Like Majid said, some people, he mentioned his friend, that he had each and everything that was said, but then he didn't have the gut to move forward. But then how do you build that momentum unless you are ready to seek? Knock and the door will be open. So if you're not knocking, which door gonna open? So this is the appeal to the community. Knock the doors will open. Thank you.
You know what is the major question that I always ask for people who they are creating additional income for them? They're maybe engineer, maybe they are already having a salary. What was your passion when you are young? What you've been thinking to do in the future and your parents doesn't allow you to do? As Arish said, because of culture, we used to think that engineering is the best thing in the world. And we have an example, Mr. Ihab, from engineering, he become a coach and we can swap these things. But when you come to the core, to the basic of them, their needs, some of them they say, I want to be something really I didn't had the chance to learn about. Maybe they need to learn. Maybe okay, why don't we create an entity that can teach what you didn't learn? Why can we create something in order to make an example that other people need to learn what you didn't learn? Then he will come up with an idea, especially with a society that understand each other and that there is no such of judgmental society like unfortunately in Middle East we face it. Yani, as far as um, sense in every time I meet you guys in your community, there's no judgment between us. And when we are already in that situation, lives go smoothly. So this is what I want to do.
Community members, they are kind of afraid or they don't have the knowledge that they can do it in that kind of way, whereby someone is talented, but is afraid to put his talent out. So as much as he's using his experience to earn now, but then he's putting his talent aside, of which the talent can make him money. On the other hand, you're a photographer and you're an engineer. Why can't you earn from both angles if you can?
Take photos of buildings.
Why not?
Sell it.
or finish your engineering job at 5, then go street photography at night.
This is what I did actually, and I would like to share why people don't do that, especially that we have here a diversity of experience. So we are in a different nationalities, different locations, different ages. However, people then don't take this step to know more about money and to how to be more abundant and to be more wealthy because of comfort zone. This is what they have learned to. Do you know that people keep themselves poor because they are more afraid of being wealthy than more being poor? Usually the people who deal with money, they are afraid about money. So when they give money, they give it when they have this fear. If you are sensitive, you will feel this energy when you are receiving money. So they think about each real or each dollar they spend. But this is not really the biggest obstacle to be wealthy. It's about fearing of having money and being wealthy. Because we have seen people who have wealth. What do we think about them? We judge. We think they are not good people, right?
Yeah.
This is one thing. Another thing, who would like to be used? No one. Do you like to be used? Yeah, not at all. So sometimes you stay poor because you are afraid when you get wealthy, people will come and use you and take advantage of you. Or maybe they will envy you, right? You got sick. But you can change your mind and open your heart and mind to be more wealthy. Do you know how? We can do this exercise now. It's an amazing one. When I did it with one person, just like 1 month ago, in the same day, he received a call worth of a contract worth of 300,000 Qatari riyals. Just by changing the emotions inside from afraid about money, being afraid about money, or being afraid to receive money. So right now, we all know our income, right? I'm not talking about the salary. The salary can be included, but you know your income, right? Put it in your mind. You know it, okay? Now, if you are not driving or doing anything that needs your full attention, you can close your eyes and imagine that you are receiving, by the same effort, by the same life circumstances, that you are receiving doubling this income, double of this income. How you would feel, what you would do. What if it is 5 times the current income with doing anything additional, with not doing anything additional, I mean? What about 10 times? How you will live with receiving 10 times of your income with the same effort and same lifestyle? See yourself and how you are living and your lifestyle. You may open your eyes when you finish. Did you feel it easy from your current income to double to 5 times to 10 times? Was it easy and like flowing, or did you had like some challenges? Oh, how this would be? Who would like to share their answer? It was easy to imagine that you are receiving now 10 times your current income?
I can add. I want to give my feeling when I was closing my eyes. See, as a strategic leader, I look at the future, and part of that future is how do I make my life better than the one I have today. I have plans ahead of time. So when he told me to think about double, 5 times and 10 times, I actually went far and I realized that I've earned money. Just by thinking, not because I've earned money, but because I have plans in place that just need the money. And because he created that money in my mind, I'm like, when is this money coming then?
Yeah.
So then it should come. So I'm looking forward to this money so then I can do what I thought about. What did I think about? That's the question. I'm in the business of real estate, not a real estate magnate, but real estate from a holiday home. I have one holiday home, but I was thinking of having 5 holiday homes. Not necessarily building the homes, no. Renting them from the people closer to me and making them ready for people to come and live so that I can earn from it. From that, I can get 50% of that money. So if that is going to be achievable when I get 5 times the money that I'm supposed to have now, 10 times that money will mean I will not work. It's a good feeling. So it was a nice exercise for me.
Thank you.
Yeah.
It's about overcoming the challenges and the obstacle in your mind so you can receive more, and in your mind you feel comfortable with receiving more. Dr. Omar went to like having multiple homes, but maybe he can consider also having 10 times the rent from the same house without doing anything extra. But maybe they will come to the client who will say, oh, this is, I can pay this amount of money for this house, for this holiday house. I hope you feel it in your heart and open your heart to receive money from every place. And let's remember, it's not about the money, it's about contributing and helping other people and giving this service to the people who really value this service. Thank you.
Thank you.
It's interesting how you come back to service because that's where you were earlier when you were down and out and you wanted to help your friends. You wanted to serve them.
Yes.
And they wanted to pay you.
Yes.
So there's just 2 ways of looking at the same thing.
Yeah. Every big achievement in my life, it came through giving first and getting after that. One of the examples in 2019, after I went through this debt and I learned how to manage the money. All the time before, I didn't know how to manage the time, the money. I didn't have the plan. I was getting good amount of money among all my friends. However, there was no plan. So the inside work was very good, but the outside work was messed up. Then when I get introduced to Tony Robbins' course and I started to serve and giving help to people that aren't very good with English, especially from development terms, and I started to translate from English to Arabic. Luckily, I got a friend on Facebook. She told me, why you don't work as affiliate for Tony Robbins? I said, what is the meaning of affiliate? She told me it's like being a partner or like international reseller or something like that. So I said, okay, I will do it. And I became, in 2 years only, the only Arab in the top 50 around the world from Tony Robbins and Dini Graziosi Institute and company. So I didn't get that in the front. I served first, and then because of the people who got these benefits and registered with this English course, who doesn't know anything about English, but they are receiving value in Arabic, they just put their email just to support me. And I became the top 50. Until now, they are calling me even from Germany in the UBW and all this to participate and to being a partner with them. So it's about how to help people and to serve, and the money will come. Maybe not especially from the people that you helped. Maybe it will come from another way, which will be the fit and the best for you.
I hear the same thing over and over again, and for me, that's confirmation because we heard about community, we heard about talking, looking for people who are going to help you depending on what they want exactly, having people give you insight, and striking a balance between receiving and giving. We'll come to you in a minute. We've been joined by Munira Farah, who's into customer care. But speaking of customer care, and what would you like to add to the conversation in this? Oh, as individuals, with the pressure we put ourselves under, the whole idea of managing money, whether we have it or not.
Thank you. About coping with the pressures on money management, number one, we need to be honest with ourselves. Like, be true about how much we have, because so many things come about with for example, those who are here in Gulf as you are working, we have so many people who are maybe dependent on us, maybe back at home, and that's where many people nowadays they call it the black tax. So many people need help from us. So when you're honest with ourselves and you're also honest with them, we have a conversation, communicate, let them know the boundaries, the much that we are earning, so that even as they budget on us, they know the limits, how far we can be able to go, how far we can be able to put in their cup, because you can't give what you don't have. And also, like we said about budgeting, let's draw the line, know what we don't need. We don't need to put it in our wants, in the needs list. Let's have a limit on how we are spending, so that we can also be able to have like the intrapreneurship, money working for us. Because the moment we save, we can invest with a purpose. That is, when we don't have more energy to earn, money we will have invested and money will be working for us, and we shall now live the golden life. Yeah, the golden life, because something will have multiplied through the years, and we shall be able to be comfortable waiting for whatever we've invested give us back. Yeah, give us back.
We have Felix, who's been quiet all afternoon, but he has something to share about a coping mechanism.
Okay, so maybe for me, there's a question you had asked about how do you tell someone is struggling in the community? And I think one of the things is, as community, is to see there's a campaign which is there by MOPH. The Are You Okay? Just checking out on somebody, a friend, a colleague, finding out if they're okay. Because sometimes someone might be looking they're okay, but they're not okay. So I think that's something which, if all of us and also the community leaders can advocate for that, for the community members to check on each other, I think that's something which can help. And I think also Rutendo mentioned about just looking for those signs that if someone is struggling, maybe they are absent-minded, they're not who they are. Because you know your friends, you know your colleagues. So if you see that they're behaving in a different manner, that they're not, it's not usual, then you need to check out to find out if they're okay. So I think that's, for me, that's what I wanted just to highlight, is checking out on each other is something which is very important, especially as a community.
Probably. What would you see? And depending on what Trish had given us, you can imagine when we speak in terms of relationships, it could be relationships at work, it could be relationships with family, it could be between spouses. Things can really go back quickly under the guise of money or whatever it is we might be running away from. And I think I still need to get the whole idea of stress. When it's overwhelming, this is when we exhibit strange behaviors. I've got Munira here. Munira is going to give us her take as a young person and working in the Gulf.
As a young person, if I have to put together finances and mental health, first, as a young African person working in abroad, despite having my family here, we also have extended family members back home who at some point are not lucky to earn as we do here, because the minimum wage is totally different. They are not able to have their own personal emergency funds. So in case of anything that is happening back home, if somebody is sick, if maybe there is poverty which will cause maybe hunger, you will be the first person to be contacted. So if you don't have the capacity to handle all this as a young person, you end up drowning. into stress. You end up drowning into not wanting anybody talking to you about anything because now you have a lot of things you're dealing with. And at a young age, you don't have someone to talk to because the people you're supposed to be talking to and explaining to them about this are the same people who depend on you. So you end up having issues that are piling up. And because maybe you're not a person who would go out and talk to people, it becomes a difficult situation. And now it's an emergency. Yeah. So for me personally, I tend not to like focus so much into emergency cases. If it's an emergency and I don't have the capacity to handle it, I will leave it, like put it aside first so that I can think. At times, your auntie, your uncle, your grandpa, your grandma will call and they're like, I need money, I need to do ABCD. They're calling you there and they need the money instantly, and now you can't tell them no. And maybe at that time you don't have money. The only money you have after you have saved for several things, it's your emergency fund, your personal emergency fund. Because growing up, we are taught you need to you need to study hard, get a job, but nobody tells you how to save for your health. So you grow up and you understand now, yeah, health is an important thing. As much as I'm saving and investing a lot, my mental status needs to be cared. So the young people, I may say, we need more knowledge on how to manage our finances into an investment, and also more knowledge on how to take care of ourselves health wise. And it's an umbrella of every single aspect of our health, starting with the brain. Thank you.
Thank you very much. The brain, emotions, back to the educationist. This is what we keep hearing. Every one of us, each and every one of us has had something that is key to this conversation. But our very last speaker is, before we conclude our session, is Poonam. Would you like to introduce yourself, please?
Yeah. I'm Poonam. I'm clinical psychologist and counselor. I'm here to discuss with this really thing we always think about it, economy and our mental health, which is somehow no school teaches you, no parents, think about it. As Munira already mentioned about it, when the money goes down in your account, the stress goes up. Okay, it destroy your family life, relation, the intimacy, and kind of closeness. You will not have the trust the way you are having with your spouse or other relation as well, because your kids will look at you and you are not able to give the way you supposed to. So that the relation barrier comes and your stress level goes up because you are not able to generate. In that way, the future plans go shorter. Here, I would like to give some kind of quick strategies where you can plan out, as many has suggested, make a plan, how to invest, where to invest, how much savings, and all the things. That's absolutely true. The money, when you are spending, how you are spending, is it really needed, or you are just buying because you want to get relief of something which made you unhappy before? Something, you just go to the mall or you just buy a t-shirt. Why? You have ample of t-shirts, but you are buying the new one because maybe you want to release your stress. So there are, like, when we say the stress eating, I say stress, spending as well. So here we need to take care of those things when we are spending. So it's what is the requirement? We need to limit on that. The second thing, you need to plan for your future, like you want a house or which area, or you want some investment for your golden life, and for yourself. Okay, people are some I have seen, means I don't want to mention, like in my family members I had seen, like they will just save. No, no, no need to be spend money, no need, it's so expensive, don't buy. But when you are living, you need to live your life with things. It's not you just save. I have a great example. My grandfather was so much in saving. He didn't spend a life for the means, he didn't spend the money. Even he was resisting to give anybody money. When we people go, he was not spending money on us. When he died, sorry to say, when he died, my grandma was in luxury. She spent a huge good life, and she used to gifted us the huge big gift. You know, she lived his life, what he's supposed to live. I'm not saying saving is not good. Saving something where you need to make the balance. And yes, overall economy. When I would like to conclude one more thing. For the people are around you, the society. If you're seeing something, somebody who is in need, okay, you cannot maybe support 100%, but you can try to support. Maybe one time meal, maybe one drive where he or she supposed to go, or maybe some guidance, okay, which is she or he needed. Maybe some job opportunity which is coming up, and you just text her or him, and she can go for the interview. And it's a small help. But if you making your surrounding with yourself, the help comes like hand to hand. If you're raising a hand, it will come to you. As I have mentioned, like sow your seed and you will, you know, receive the crop, which will be incredible. It will be in abundance. So believe in it, yes, but always be a wise. Okay, this is a beautiful note I would like to say. My husband always say, don't give the amount which will not come back and you will feel stress or suffer. It's better whatever amount you are giving for not expecting it will come back. So be like that. I will conclude here. Thank you.
Mention to comment on that, and also to Munira, what was she saying about we save the money and sometimes something come up like an emergency, something with the car that we need to be fixed, problem with the mobile. Do you know that this kind of incidents are part of being in the same comfort zone? So once we have more money, because we are in the same comfort zone, something come from outside, it's like attracting the thing, so we can keep on the same financial level that we know. That's why we have to work on the inside work, the mentality and the emotion with the money, and also the outside work, which is the strategy and how to deal with the money, and to divide the percentage and to define the needs from the wants, and to put a percentage for to entertain, to educate yourself, to go enjoy, and for future investments also, as long as in addition to the basic needs, which is the rent, the electricity, the petrol, all these things.
Anyone else with a burning issue to share? We've had beautiful insight from the youth. We've had somebody who's watching everything. We've had the technocrats, technicians give us whatever it is.
It's all about relationship. The true relationship that we should think about it is our self relationship and our relationship with God. Regardless where we are from, regardless what religion we are, we all think about the Creator, God. All the names comes into one origin, which made us in a way it's perfect enough that makes us survive without suffering. He brought us to this life in order to honor ourselves and to honor Him in every aspect of our life. Our parents, they've been the victim of their parents, And generation through generation, we are always blaming outsiders, whoever, parents, grandpa, grandma. We never take responsibility of what situation we are now, mentally, economically, in relationship. It is the right time and the right way, and this is the right community to build up a, يعني, some kind of a strong relationship for people with themselves, for people whenever they trust themselves, they're trusting God, which is inside themselves. God is not everywhere. God is in our heart. Our heart, the balancing between the heart and the mind. The heart, it's a mind. It's a second mind. It has around 40,000 cells that they prove it scientifically. It works like the mind work. So it's about balancing. Build the proper foundation of our self, our kids, our neighbors. But by the way, we are not responsible of changing the world. We're responsible of changing ourselves. And once we started with ourselves, everything around us change. Thank you very much.
Something that was just coming to mind to me about, how we look at money, how we look at what is being and what's wealth and all the different subjects we've covered. And I think one thing comes to mind is judgment and how we judge ourselves, how we judge others, how that brings shame and the difficulty to talk about finances or to ask for help. And so it's just being strong enough not to judge yourself and then not to judge others. And that's how we speak about each other, how we talk to each other about ourselves, is not about what they're wearing, what they're doing, what business they're doing, to judge ourselves on what's inside, like you said. Just we're the biggest critics of ourselves. And that's where the downfall in our mental health can come. And so don't judge yourself. And if we look outwards and give to others, which I think we've shared here, sometimes that's enough to kind of bring us back to ourselves a little bit. I guess that's what we all do here, is we're giving so that everybody can take a little bit.
So I can trust that we are all going to go out there and be active members of the community. We're going to watch out for each other. We're going to exercise coping mechanisms. We're going to learn how to budget. We're going to learn how to give and how to receive. We're going to learn not to judge others. We're going to learn to help others. We're going to learn to manage our finances, whichever way. And as for the youth, thank you very much for that insight. Similarly, the things you could learn from us as well, because possibly you still are very well covered. Felix brought up the Are you okay campaign. It's something that we need to look into. Obviously, there are people out there that we can share with. And thank you very much for helping me to live our lives. As you said, Ali has left. However, he gave us lots of good lessons. And Doc, thank you for community, especially so, and for defining finance for us. I think I could end it with the whole idea of mental health is the way we think, the way we are, the way we react, the way we act. And if everything is in balance, according to you, RH, we shouldn't have any issues. So this is what we could try. Stay active. If we stay active, we're still part of the community. We are in touch with other people. And there wouldn't be any concerns about isolating. Possibly when we overwhelm, that's when we isolate. And we are going to get advice from people who are in the business or life coaches. Yes? As individuals here as well, we need to learn more. But especially so, thank you. I think possibly this was for me. We've got a team that's supporting us. Dr. Omar, one final word.
I take this opportunity to appreciate your presence, to appreciate God for making it possible for us to discuss money and mind. I want to submit something which I would appreciate if you could take forward, which is actually, I put it as CSN. CSN is Community Safety Net. As a model, we can have a community safety net where we will be able to help each other think through our financial literacy challenges. And going forward, we can help those people who have and they don't know what to do with what they have, and those people who don't on how to make more. We don't need to change a lot of people. We can start changing people around us. So with an introduction of a community safety net and having a monthly discussions in relation to how we can manage money and mind, I believe if we change one person every month, within 1 year we have changed 12 people. And that is going to be a good start. So I submit to the team leader, community safety net.
And we have the pie chart. I think it's safe to say we need to continue.
So if you don't look after your finance, you aren't completely well.
5, to spearhead the next conversation. Then we can join in and assist. Correct? But certainly, you have to give us all these coping mechanisms. Brothers and sisters, ladies and gentlemen, thank you very much for joining us. And to our listeners out there, whoever is part of Gulf Good Vibes, we intend to spread the love.